Ahoy, ahoy, the ship does sail, packed thick and deep with broken souls. Cast off, let's go across the waves, aye, aye, thy ship will roll. The ocean squirms and storms will rage, the journey will be long. So all aboard this voyage to hell on the ship they call the Zong. Days and nights went crashing by, the sun, the moon and stars, whilst those below lay cowering chained with shattered dreams and brandished scars. Nightmares do exist for real, the drunken crewman's song, violations too unspeakable aboard the ship they call the Zong.
The Lord shall bring a nation against thee from far, from the end of the earth, as swift as the eagle flieth, a nation whose tongue thou shalt not understand, a nation of fierce countenance, which shall not regard the person of the old, nor show favor to the young. And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. By the way whereof I spake unto thee, thou shalt see it no more again. And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondmen and bondwomen, and no man shall buy you.
In September of 1781, the British slave ship, the Zong, set sail on a voyage not so different from thousands of others. The Zong left the Ghana coast of West Africa, carrying 442 enslaved Africans, twice the number of people the ship had been designed to carry. They headed for the British colony of Jamaica. The dark, cramped, suffocating spaces below its decks were filled with unimaginable misery. Men, women, children, chained together within a cloud of stench, heaped under a deluge of filth. Confused, disoriented, and afraid. Oxygen levels were so low below decks, often candles would not burn. This was the Middle Passage, the most treacherous leg of the Triangle Trade, a trade in which Europeans traded goods with Africa for enslaved people to work in the European colonies of the Americas. By 1781, this trade cycle had waged for nearly 300 years. Slave trading companies were well aware of the dangers of such a voyage: shipwreck, death of human cargo due to poor conditions, even slave revolt. Slave trading companies knew any one of these scenarios would result in money lost. So, like most other slave ships of the day, the Zong had insurance. Just like today, insurance policies protect people from loss. If property is lost or damaged, the insurance company will pay back the value of that lost property. The slave ship Zong had such insurance just in case anything unthinkable happened. The unthinkable did happen. Due to a series of navigational problems, what should have been an 8-week journey had turned into a 3-month debacle. The Zong found itself stuck in the Doldrums, an area on the Atlantic Ocean where there is the absence of wind currents. For a sail ship that relied on wind power, veering into the Doldrums meant the Zong's journey had stalled. Food and water supplies began to run short. Disease began to run wild. After crawling free of the Doldrums' grip, the Zong then overshot its destination of Jamaica. With water barrels running low and much of the Zong's enslaved cargo of people dying, the captain of the Zong made a horrific decision. Understanding that insurance would pay for enslaved people who drowned, but would not pay for people who died of thirst, he began throwing people overboard. Between November 29th and December 1st, the captain threw about 142 enslaved Africans into the Atlantic Ocean. The very next day, December 2nd, it rained, filling the Zong's water barrels full. When the Zong finally limped its way into Jamaica, only around 200 of the enslaved Africans survived. The insurance company refused to pay, claiming the Zong should have been equipped with enough water and supplies for the journey. After a court battle, the insurance company did not have to pay for the lost property. In 1782, criminal charges were brought against the captain for the murder of African people. But the court ruled that African people were not people, only property, goods to be bought and sold. This time the court ruled in favor of the captain, saying, "It is madness to accuse well-serving, honorable men of murder. This case is the same as if wood had been thrown overboard." As unbelievably horrific the case of the Zong was, and still is, the court cases brought attention to the cruelties of the slave trade.